Evening all. I want to expand on something that I only touched upon in a recent reply to Together for Peace. And what I want to have a quick think about is heaven, and particularly in relation to eternity. Now I'm going to allow every religious person out there to imagine their ideal of heaven. Anything you like. Personally, if I was to allow myself to imagine heaven, as I have done many times in life, I'd be thinking about a place of infinite landscape, of travel by thought, of seeing all my loved ones again, and of meeting any good people who have ever lived. And of course, now and then, bumping into the big man himself. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that you die, and that you open your eyes, and lo and behold, heaven, and the big man himself. And it's just as you imagine it's going to be, exactly as you imagine it to be. I suppose you have an ideal home of some description. I don't think you'd have a television, but you're comfortable. And perhaps you simply drift from one beautiful moment to another. But it will still pass, from your perspective, as time passes here. Otherwise, there could be no conversations. A day, or rather 24 hours, would feel like 24 hours. I'm assuming that God will give you the chance to have some sort of version of sleep and rest. And obviously those first few days of finding that you're going to live for eternity, or exist for eternity, in some ideal environment, that would be very joyful. You'll be greeted by all the loved ones that you've lost. You'll be greeted by, I don't know, Einstein, assuming he wasn't too sinful in life. I've got a feeling he was, but you can meet anyone. That is allowed into heaven. But there's still a hell of a lot of people to choose from. "10 years down the line, you're still enjoying every moment of your existence. You're having picnics with anyone you want to see, looking down or up at landscapes that are beyond anything that you experienced on Earth. And 20 years of that would be quite nice. I think possibly you could have a pretty good time for 500 years. And then after 500 years you want to give yourself a challenge, so you seek out, I don't know, Andres Segovia and learn the classical guitar. That'll probably take you about another 50 years to become a complete master. You contact Bach. Bach instantly appears, very pleasant, teaches you how to play the piano. That's another 50 years taken up. You're virtuoso. Let's say you spend another 1,000 years and you become a virtuoso at every musical instrument known to man. Another 1,000 years becoming greater than any painter who ever lived on Earth, because you have been learning from Da Vinci, Van Gogh, etc. So you're a master artist. You've only spent 2,000 years in heaven. You can't travel and see every part of heaven, but after another 5,000 years of wandering around seeing the sights, every new sight has a certain sameness about it. But you persist. 10,000 years in heaven. Is there anything new to see? Is there anything new to feel? You still love your family. You still enjoy being with them. You still sense their love. But is that enough after 10,000 years? What about 100,000 years? What about 1,000,000 years? What about 1,000,000,000 years? You haven't even begun eternity. It has not begun. 1,000,000,000, billion, 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 billion years. In mathematical terms, eternity hasn't even begun. And you're pretty bored at this point. And you go to God. And you say, God, I'm a bit tired. I need a long rest. And God, because he's compassionate and loving, says, certainly. Sleep for 1,000,000 years. Everything will be here for you when you come back. So you sleep and get a good night's, well, a good 1,000,000 years of sleep. And you wake up and it's all just the same. But you go on with enough love to last another 1,000 billion years. And you go up to God and you say, this is all very well, but I'm tired of being. I've experienced everything I need to experience. If existence is a meal, I'm full. I need a rest now. And God says, we'll sleep for 1,000,000,000, 10 billion years. Come back then. And you say, no, that 1,000,000 years sleep didn't really change a great deal. I was tired after another 1,000 years of being awake. I want to sleep now for good. But then God says, I'm sorry, but this is forever.